Hi guys, it's Danielle here. Today I want to talk about caring what other people think of you. And the reason I want to talk about this is because recently, I just felt really held back, and I was thinking, why do I feel held back? I don't feel able to express myself or say what I want, and I start to, hide away and not do things that I really want to do, or go out without thinking, oh, what will this person think, or what will they think? I'm not always thinking about it. I'm not always thinking, what is this person thinking? But usually it's just like one thought, and that one thought will control my entire day or my entire week, just because I believe in that one thought. And I guess the first thing I want to say is, a lot of our thoughts that we think what people are thinking about us are not true, like probably 90% of the time, and it's really just in our heads, or what we expect people to think about us, or what we assume they would think, but it's not necessarily really what they think. Sometimes it's not always in our heads, and it can be in like school or work or university, college, whatever you want to call it, or social media. That's where we can receive like actual real comments and real judgmental things that people say towards us, or the way people treat us and act towards us in these kind of settings can really affect us. And that's one area I want to talk about today, because there's so many things I can talk about within caring about what people think about us. It's a huge topic, and it leads to like other topics like insecurity and people pleasing and all these different things. So I just want to focus on dealing with judgmental comments that people might make towards you. On a personal note, I was bullied a lot in school, I think for like 12 years, like non-stop, pretty much every day or every second day. There was always comments about like my appearance, like how I looked, how I was ugly, and my hair color, and I was white, like really white, like pale, like this pale. And just being really tall and quiet and geeky and nerdy, and I was just weird, like I was that shy, weird kid. But that really affected me so much, and then I wanted to conform into this image I thought people would want me to be like. So they say I'm too quiet, so I want to become louder, or they say I'm ugly, I want to become pretty. And then once I reached that level, I realized that I'm still getting comments, because people are now saying, oh, you love yourself too much, or you're like too tanned and too orange, you're oompa loompa. You're like all these different comments people say, and they call me Barbie, from going from being really ugly to Barbie, and being, oh, like you're so perfect, you think you're so gorgeous and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my goodness, you can't please people. So after that, I just decided I don't want to care about what people think. I'm just going to find the friends I want to be friends with. I want to talk the way I want to talk. I want to dress the way I want to dress. I want to listen to that music I want to listen to. Basically, I just want to be the person that I was created to be, and the way I want to be, and do the things that I want to do instead of what I think other people want me to do, or how people would like me better. And I just felt so much better that way. I felt so free, like so good, just being the way I'm meant to be. And I'll say that's like the first thing, if you are struggling with this, is to find out what you really like and what you really want to do. Because if you're living to live up to other people's expectations and what people want you to be like, or what you think other people want you to be like, you become so unhappy, because you're chasing something that will never make you happy. You have to be who you were created to be, and your personality and the way you are, and the things that you actually do like, and you have to find out what those things are and get to know yourself. And I guess that comes a lot with learning to love yourself the way you are, and to whoa, my voice is like going. So yeah, wanting to love yourself the way that you are, and to accept your flaws and your weirdness and the way you speak and how you look and all your quirks. Like, just accept that and change anything you want to change. If you want to change it, you can change it, but just change it into something that you want to be, because it's your life. You're only on this earth once, and following what society says, or following what other people say about you is really like a waste. It's a waste of a life, unless the people are saying valid comments and they've got a valid reason. For example, if they say you're quite rude, or you've got quite a cold tone about you, or you know, you're just a mean person, then maybe that's something you want to work on. Maybe you want to listen to those kind of comments. You really have to weigh up people's judgments and comments and think, is this something to listen to, or is this something to just throw away? Because usually a lot of the comments that people say are, I don't know, remarks people can just say to you. You can just throw them away, because usually they don't, you know, they're not important. They're not something that you really need to let get to you. But when it comes to things like appearance, especially, like most of those stuff is like superficial comments. Just throw them away. They're not important unless you really want to change something in you for yourself. Just don't do it for anyone else, unless it's your spouse. Then you might want to listen to them because they see you every single day. But for most people, I wouldn't care like if they said something about my appearance. There's so many more important things to be worrying about than how I look. And same with like people commenting on your personality, or things that you do, or things that you post, or things that you say, etc. Like, you really just have to weigh up and think, is this something that's important? I also find it really helpful, like, knowing why some people might, you know, be judgmental or rude. And usually it can be because either they've been bullied, or they've, you know, had a lot of people be judgmental towards them, or they're quite judgmental towards themselves because either they're insecure or they have low self-esteem and they have a lot of judgments already on themselves, and seeing you just maybe triggers that something that they see in themselves, and they then, you know, express it out on you. Or if they've been bullied, they might bully you in return, or be judgmental towards you because that's all they know. They're the one that has to live with themselves this judgmental attitude. I personally don't like judging people. I stopped doing it a long time ago, and it's like the best thing I could ever have done, because I feel so good not judging people. I never felt good doing it anyway. But some people continuously have this habit of judging people and saying rude things because either they think it'll make them feel better, or more puffed up, or, you know, bring you down, different things like that. But these thoughts don't have to control us, like, or these thoughts, like these comments, sorry, their thoughts don't have to control us, and we can, yeah, just give them no power and just not let them affect us. And if we want to let them affect us, we can, but we don't have to let them affect us. Especially the more secure we are in our identity and who we are, then we're most likely not to be affected by them. But that's something that you have to work on, and it's a daily thing to work on. Basically, if you don't care so much about what people think about you, you are so much more free to be yourself, and that's a good thing. And people will see that in you, they'll respect you for that, and you'll be more confident in return, and you'll have a more fulfilling life. And also, you will still have like people who will judge you and comment negatively towards you, but that is just life. Everyone goes through that, everyone experiences that, and it's better to learn how to deal with it like now, as opposed to later on in life, because you could waste so many years being the person that you think you should be, just because you listen to what other people have thought about you or other people's judgments. I made this topic sound like it's really easy and you can just change it, and you can just change it. It is quite easy to change, but you have to put the work in it, and you have to really change your mind, change your mindset, and it's possible to get out of it, because I used to be so like affected by every single negative comment I would ever get. Like, it just completely floored me, like totally. And even still now to this day, I still remember this one girl who said like how much she hated my voice, and this was, wow, it was like 10 years ago or something, and it actually is like 15 years ago even. It's like a long time ago, like really, really long time ago, and I was so young, but yet it's affected me like so much. Even to this day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have such a terrible accent, or a terrible voice, whatever. I really honestly do hope, if you are struggling with this, that you will be able to get through this, and you'll be able to get to a place where you don't care so much what other people think about you, and you're just more free to be you and do the things that you want to do, with as long as like within the law, and it's pretty good and it's nice and it's good for the world and good for other people around you. And still continue to care about people, just don't care so much about what they think about you. But yeah, take care of yourself and I'll speak to you sometime. Bye!